In today's video, we're going to talk about 8 strategies to help you support your autistic child during the holidays. So stick around. All right, fam, welcome back to the Franco and Friends YouTube channel. My name is Mark, and on this channel, I share my experiences fathering a child on the autism spectrum. In today's video, we're going to talk about 8 strategies to help you support your autistic child during the holidays. As you know, the holidays are a fun and exciting time for most people. But being the parent of an autistic child, you know that the holidays can be overwhelming and present certain challenges for many of our autistic children. So like I said, in this video, we're going to discuss 8 tips or 8 strategies to help support your autistic child during the holidays. All right, so let's dive right into number 1, which is maintaining their daily routines. So I think that one of the most beneficial things that we can do for our children is trying to maintain their daily routine as closely as possible. And I know you may be thinking, but it's going to be really difficult because we're going here. We have these people coming over. It's going to be a hectic day and all these things. And I get it. So some of the ways that you can try to do that is by keeping their morning routine the same, keeping their afternoon routine the same, their nighttime, their bedtime routine the same. And you can also make sure that you have their foods ready to go because many of our children only eat certain foods. So make sure that you have their food prepared ahead of time. And then make sure you have their favorite toys, their favorite games, or whatever their thing is. By doing these things, it's going to help to relieve anxiety and hopefully it'll prevent any tantrums or meltdowns. Number 2, plan ahead. Again, I know you're going to hear me say, oh, this is the most important one. This one's crucial, but they really are. They're all so important. I think that, again, one of the most important things is planning ahead. Because as you know, the holidays are filled with new experiences and new activities, which can be overwhelming for many of our autistic children. So preparing our children ahead of time can be very beneficial, especially if your child's going to be around unfamiliar people or is attending an unfamiliar location, in which case it would be very beneficial to prepare them ahead of time. And the way that you can do that is you can show them pictures of all the people that are going to be there. If you're going somewhere that your child is not familiar with, you can show them pictures of wherever they're going to be going, as well as using social stories or visuals. And you can also just talk to them about the day. So number 3, be understanding. I think that this one in particular is one of the most important things for us as parents to do. And that's to be understanding, be supportive, and be flexible for our children. And understand, yes, the holidays are going to be difficult for them, but they're trying. They're trying. It's overwhelming. All these new experiences are very overwhelming for our children. So we have to be willing to modify certain activities as well as be willing to take breaks whenever our children need them. Number 4, involve your child in the holiday activities. So I think that, again, one of the best things for us to do is to not only involve our children in the holiday activities, but also involve them in the decision-making process. Talk to them, ask them what they're excited about, what are they interested in doing, and involve them in the planning. By doing this, it's going to help them feel included, and it's going to give them a sense of control over their environment. All right, guys, so if you're getting any value out of this video, I invite you to give me a thumbs up. And if you're interested and you want to see more content like this in the future, consider subscribing to the channel. All right, back to the video. Number 5, create a quiet space. So wherever you're going, one of the most important things that you can do is prepare a quiet space for your child. So if your child gets overwhelmed, overstimulated, they have a place where they can go and just decompress, recharge, get away from the noise and the stimulation. Sometimes they need a break, and you know what? Sometimes we need a break too, which is okay. Number 6, modify holiday traditions. Certain holiday traditions are very difficult for many of our autistic children. So I would encourage you to consider changing, modifying, or creating your own holiday traditions. Now, I'm going to use 2 examples in this. So the first one, if your child is sensitive to loud noises, rather than going out caroling and being around a ton of people where it's going to be really loud and noisy and hectic, consider staying home and singing quietly with just close friends and close family. And then the second one that I'm going to use is Santa Claus, right? Because this one is a difficult one for many parents to understand because you see all your friends, all their kids are taking pictures with Santa. And of course, it's natural. You want to involve your child and you want to do it. You want the picture. You want all that stuff. I get it. But I want you to think about it a different way right now. Imagine if somebody brought you here from another planet. They dropped you here. You're hanging out with your parents and your parents were like, hey, by the way, we're going to go and we're going to take pictures with a stranger. And the reason that I'm using it contextually like this is because many of our autistic children don't get the tradition. They don't get the idea behind the holiday. At least mine didn't. So when I thought about it this way, it completely changed the way that I thought about this. Okay, so let's go back. You're from a different planet. Your parents are dropping you. They're going to tell you, they say, hey, we're going to take a picture with a stranger. And not only are you going to take a picture with a stranger, but he's going to be dressed up in a red suit. He's going to have a beard, and everybody is going to be watching you. All the attention is going to be on you. And there's going to be this bright flash because we're going to take pictures of you while everybody is watching you. And when you think about it like that, it is kind of an uncomfortable situation. So if that's something that your child struggles with, consider, instead of going and taking a picture with Santa Claus, consider staying home and taking a family picture together. Number 7, communicate with others. Another one of the most crucial things that we can do is by preparing the people that are going to be there. Talk to them. Let them know what your child struggles with. How can they support you? What can they do to be there for you? What can they do to be there for your child? You have to let them know, because most people, they want to support you. They just don't know how. And by doing these things and talking to them and preparing them ahead of time, it helps to create a more welcoming environment as well as a more inclusive environment. And then number 8, take breaks. And this goes for you as well, for you, the parent as well. But I want you to be willing to give your child the ability to take breaks whenever they need it, right? Remember earlier when we talked about creating a quiet space for your child? This would be the perfect time. If your child gets overstimulated and they just need a break, allow them to take a break. Allow them to go to that quiet space and just get away from the stimulation, especially if your child gets overstimulated from all the new sensory experiences that are going to be going on. Give them the ability to just go decompress and recharge. And again, I extend this one to you as well. The holidays are overwhelming. Yes, they're exciting, but they're overwhelming, especially being the parents of autistic children. All right, guys. So those are the 8 strategies to help you support your autistic child. And before we cap this thing off, I think that the most important thing that we can do for our children beyond all those is just being supportive, being empathetic, understanding that our children are trying. It's difficult for them. So we just need to be flexible and be there for them. And by using these tips that I laid out, these 8 strategies, hopefully it will help to create a more enjoyable holiday for your entire family. Because I think that at the end of the day, the goal is really to just create more loving, happy memories. So I hope these 8 strategies help you do just that. Wishing you the most amazing holiday ever. Take care.